So here in Arkansas, Arkansas has the highest filing fees to run for office in the country. Most states, if you want to run for office, you can collect some signatures or you pay a filing fee to the Secretary of State's office. Typically, the filing fee is 1% of the salary of the job that you're going for. That's just kind of like nationally, that's what's most common. Here in Arkansas, it's a little bit different. It's not the Secretary of State's office that sets the filing fees, it's the parties themselves. So the Republican Party has used filing fees as a revenue stream. And so when I ran in 2018, just to have my name on the ballot, it cost $15,000. Um, Now, 8 years later, if I were to run in the Republican primary again, it now to run as a Republican for Congress in Arkansas costs $30,000. It's absolutely insane. And it's one of those things that if I could wave a magic wand, that's something I would change about Arkansas politics, because what it does is it it prices regular people out of being able to run. And yeah, it's absolutely nuts the way the system works here.
Because that was the way that it should have been in the first place, right? For regular people to run, not these
Right.
candidates backed by corporations.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
And $30,000. I mean, that is
Yeah.
if $15,000 was not already a lot of money. I mean, $30,000. Not the average American has that.
Mm-mm.
A lot of Americans
No.
already have that in their retirement accounts, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy. And that's, and now on the Democratic side, the Democratic Party has kind of refused in Arkansas has refused to get into, some kind of, you know, um, arms race with the Republican Party on when it comes to filing fees. And so in an attempt to attract kind of regular working folks to run for office, Democratic Party has cut their filing fees, and so it's significantly less, which is great for the candidates,
Mhm.
but it's bad for the party, because the Republican Party is just using filing fees as a revenue stream, and it gives them a slush fund that they can spend on organizing here in Arkansas. So it's excuse me, it really is a mess.
So can that be something that could be changed? Or because it's really up to the party themselves, but can there be some legislation? And like, how hard would it be to
Yeah.
even get that to change?
Yeah, here in Arkansas, the way it would have to change is one of two ways. One would be, our state legislature would have to pass a law and uh, have the governor sign that into law to change how it is. Our current legislature and current governor have no interest in that. It's not on their radar at all. They don't care. And so the other thing we can do is turn it into a ballot initiative where we get it on the ballot and give voters the chance to make the decision. And that's one of those things that one of these days I'm going to get real involved in trying to make that happen. But and this is getting back to kind of the federal thing, because I'm running for Congress. Um, the Constitution gives states the ability to run elections the way they want to, and so states have different methodology of doing this kind of stuff, and that's good, that's appropriate, as long as people have equal access to the ballot, civil rights aren't being impeded by the laws. The states can run their elections the way they want to, which is why, as I'm running for Congress, I find the SAVE Act very troubling, because it's the federal government getting involved in the way that states run their elections, and essentially imposing a poll tax on people who don't currently have a passport, or some other way to validate their identity. uh, making it more difficult for women to vote, married women in particular. And, so it, yeah, I have this idea that democracy is better when more people are able to participate in every level, whether that's running for office or being able to vote. And we need to make all of that stuff easier, not harder. And what it seems to be is, the move has been lately to make things as hard as possible. And I think that we need to make it easier.